Brett Weiss's Upside Hidden Gem games. How about that? Right here, we have a $100 Xbox 360 game. But wait, it's not $100. That game, according to price charting. Well, fucking heed my warning. This is your grail. It will be done. I'm pushing for it. I'm actively working towards it. I am manipulating the market. That fucking game right there. Do your own research on it. No, I'm not in a very good mood right now. Fucking being negative. Because of collectors. Because of douchebag collectors. That's why. I'm feeling a little bit shitty and negative right now. Only douchebag collectors making me negative. What can I do about it? Just gotta find more upside. That's all you can do. Turn it around. Turn that frown upside down. Games like 3D Dot Heroes. It's a little common, yeah. But Atlas likes to keep their shit sacred sometimes. Sometimes Atlas plants little bombs. That's a bomb right there. A ticking time bomb. I don't think that this will come to the Switch. I don't think that this will come out on some eShop. I think that this will stay sacred to the PS3. And if it does, it's going to be a nice little money title. Nice little money, 40, 50 or... You used to see it everywhere. It used to be cheap. Same can be said about fucking everything. Everything PS2. Same can be said. I want some good shit. Some real fucking deep shit. Dude, Saw 2. Let me talk Knight's Contract for a sec. It's fucking rare, but it's also on 360. It's kind of a bummer. Interesting thing about Fist of the North Star, damn rare on PS3. Talking damn rare. Cool game too. I like those Koei Dynasty Warriors style hack and slashers. I feel like that's a genre that's kind of going away. So people will remember them fondly. 10 years from now, they'll be looking at titles like this saying, that's what I want on my PS3. I want titles like Knight's Contract and Fist of the North Star, Sands of Time. Just cool hack and slashers. But 360 also, much rarer on PS3. However, 360 exclusive is Fist of the North Star 2. Ken's Rage 2 or whatever. Did not come out on PS3, so that's an odd one on 360. That's one to definitely respect a little bit more than your other multi-platform Koei or other branded hack and slashers. Multi-platform is a big ouchie in the value formula. It's generally not a great thing. It's always great to be a console exclusive title. So remember that. Ken's Rage 2 on 360. You're only going to get that on 360, so that's a good one to look out for. Now Saw 2. Saw 1 and Saw 2 are both on 360 also. I just feel like when you're feeling good about a certain title that is multi-platform, fucking lean heavy PS3. Lean heavily PS3. 360 is kind of shit to collect. Stuff just hasn't held up well conditionally. Those cases are flimsy. They get beat up. The discs get scratched up much easier. It's just... And the consoles just haven't aged as well. Your PS3 still serves as a Blu-ray player. More people keep them in the household. There's just a lot to fucking show favoritism towards PS3. So much of it is just little minor things, These cases are sturdier and kind of a little bit more petite. And then if you start looking at the entire library, and it was a cool console generation with exclusives on each platform, but I think PS3 kind of wins your nerd battle. It's the nerdier console. I think that's where collectors are going to flock to for that reason. They already have. It's already... I'm not going to blow your mind with this speculation. It's already happened. It's like PS2 versus OG Xbox. Who won that collectible battle? PS2 by a landslide. So PS3 is going to be the same thing. And that's where multi-platform games like Saw 2, it's hard to find on either 360 or PS3. But I want to say there's new old stock that kind of floats around for 360. That's not too surprising because 360 sucks. Sorry, Canadian gamer. Just does in a value collecting, video game selling fucking way. It's not as good as PS3. So, Saw 2, fan-fucking-tastic. Love that it's tied to the Saw series, survival horror. It's just $60, $70, $80 game in the making. Absolutely, I see it. I sense it. I would like to get more copies of it. Here I am trying to get out of this shit. I want more copies before I get out of it, though. Where's the good shit? Where's the good shit? Weird speculation on FPSs. I'll leave it at that. A genre that should never be collectible, right? You throw me a good storyline, a great campaign, something that has nothing to do with online multiplayer, something that's all just campaign story experience, and then suddenly you enter a new generation of gaming and the genre kind of goes away. The money isn't really there to be made, so developers of these kind of games start to focus more on Titanfall style gameplay, online multiplayer, and you just see less and less of this kind of game. I feel like those are the genres that become most collectible in hindsight when people look back at what do I really want to collect PS3 and 360 for. I feel like it's going to be games like Singularity. Strangely, it's a weird speculation, but it's because nobody sees it coming, nobody senses it. A lot of people felt the same way about survival horror on PS2 back in 05, 06. That stuff was dirt cheap. People were like, it's archaic. Stuff that just feels like PS1, Dino Crisis and Resident Evil. What is this? Rule of Rose and Haunting Ground. But it turns out that those genres kind of died off following the PS2 generation, and it is because of that reason that was really the pinnacle of the clunky control survival horror genre. And there's a lot of nostalgia for that genre. So I feel like that's a big part of the formula. Start looking at what are people going to reflect on and really want to own and experience on their PS3, or meanwhile, I don't know, just kind of cliche JRPG type, Harvest Moon type, you can experience that, very similar type games. Atelier Rarona, it's kind of too cliche. This is too PS1. PS1 was when you wanted to go for JRPG or totally made in Japan, brought over to the States. That was cool and hip back in the PS1 era. Started to get kind of played out, washed out PS2. Come PS3, like, nah, man, sorry. That's just not going to be it. It's not going to be it. It's not going to be your Rule of Rose, So if you're of that mind where you want to know the Rule of Rose, trying to figure out the Rule of Rose, I don't really have the answer. Sorry. Just telling you, I don't think it's going to be a JRPG. I don't have a lot of... I wish I had a full set PS3 because then I could just pull out the ones that are just... Holy shit, this game. Another cool one. Pretty fond of this game too. I like games that are considered really bad, but there's some kind of endearing quality there. And that's, in this case, the story and characters. It's kind of like you suffer through this pretty bad gameplay, but really you're just trying to get to the next cutscene and continue the story. So, kind of corny B-list horror movies from the 80s. kind of charm to a title like Vampire Reign Altered Species. Cool one. That's a cool one. I think that's good for now. I've been all over the place. Manic Dave. Manic Brett tonight. God, I could go deep with Wii. Let's just look at some of the stuff I've been organizing. Anything that you see multiples of, I probably have a few more. I just haven't found them into their organized stack. Some of them were just because they were so cheap when I'd come across it, and it was a cool enough game where I was like, I don't need to fucking move this for $5. It's too cool looking. Fucking 8-player simultaneous bubble bobble kind of game. Looks cool, looks fun. I'll hold on to it. But the good ones here, been going crazy for Opuna. GTI Club. I have several more of those. Very fucking rare game by Konami. And it looks great. Just tons of mini games, tons of stuff to do in this game. Pure fun, pure arcadey, not trying to be sim, not trying to be realism, just trying to be fun. I like games like that. GTI Club. Talking like 2 copies sell per month the past few years. 2 to 3 copies. Just, when you see that kind of slow selling rate, you would think, okay, well, there must be 60 of them listed on eBay. Just, they surface, they list, they just don't sell. That's not the case here. Very few copies at any given time ever on eBay. So you'll find it for dirt cheap if you do find it. Because it's a very unassuming title there. Another Konami that's kind of like that. And it's been talked about by Reggie recently. I think Metal Jesus also. But they ain't wrong about Target Terror. Like Konami. Love the subject matter. This game came out in the arcades in like, I want to say 02 or 03. We're talking about right in the heat of fucking Iraqi terrorism drama, you know? Terrorism. Go to the arcades and suddenly there's a game where you get to blast terrorists with semi-realistic blood and Area 51 style like live action actors in it. You get to actually shoot at terrorists. Pretty controversial, pretty edgy stuff. And I feel like, especially in today's climate with cultural appropriation and whatnot, this game could not get re-released, you know? It'd be too edgy. So I like that about it. I love that it's kind of lost in time. Came out on the Wii a few years after the arcade game came out, ported to the Wii. It's a great port, plays well. It's an on-rails shooter. Great genre for collecting on the Wii. Very common set to go for people that just want all the on-rails arcade style light gun shooters. So Target Terror becomes a very interesting one because of that subject matter. Controversial. Definitely more controversial today than it would have been when it came out on the Wii. Lost in Shadow is just a nice artsy piece. I like my artistic games. Games that either evoke emotion or just get you lost in the beauty of it. So, Lost in Shadow, great one. Yeah, that should about do it for now. Calm down, chilled out. I rather enjoy walking and talking games. So I'll do it again sometime. Hope this was enjoyed by at least somebody. Oh, there's a good one. I'll end on this. Well, this one's pretty well known now as an artistic masterpiece, so it's become pretty sought after, kind of climbing in price. This is a goddamn work of art by your boy Suda51. Just great at that. He is, you know what? He is the Quentin Tarantino of video game directors. So he puts on a hell of a show. Wildly entertaining. just true man's game, badass games, and something you can just kind of swear by is Monolith Studios or Grasshopper Studios. I mean, Suda 51 games tend to be pretty over the top. I like them. Pretty cliche to like them also, but sometimes the masses aren't wrong. It is cool shit, and it is underappreciated, undermarketed in North America. Cool stuff. Suda makes cool stuff. Oh, here we go. Closer. Check out some of those cool games. I like my Sex and Violence. So sexy babe games where they're killing shit. Always a good genre to get into. Your Oni-chan-baras. Your lollipop chainsaws. Stuff like that. And then your shmups on 360. Your strangely super exclusive to 360 shmup haven that the 360 was. How bizarre. You'd think it would be the PS3. PS3 only has one pure shooter that came out in North America, and it's Under Defeat. Kind of a shady release by Rising Star Games. I feel like they're kind of a self-aware limited run games. They kind of know what they're doing. They have tons of copies produced, and they chose very select few online retailers, Deal Tavern being one of them, my favorite Deal Tavern. So your one and only shmup on PS3 is a great shmup, and it has the appearance of being one of the most hyper fucking rare games on PS3, and I don't believe it truly is. I think that's a game where new old stock will be floating around for centuries to come. I think the publisher was very self-aware with what they were doing, and I don't think we've seen that game peak at all yet. So it's probably not a bad idea to just pay retail for a copy if you like shmups. PS3 guy, go grab Under Defeat. Buy it on Amazon or whoever's got it for the cheapest price online, brand new. Just buy it new. I'm gonna pop the cellophane. Do it. Just fucking do it. 99% of all copies in existence are still sealed. So, Under Defeat, PS3. However, 360 became your badass shmup lover's dream console. How cool. Like, that's another cool factor in that console war, PS3 versus 360. Just really cool with they both have their very strong merits to collect for. So you're going to want to collect them both. But I just feel like they're pretty easy, pretty distinct. Like 360, it's all about the shmups. And then some of those other exclusives like Bullet Witch. God, there's probably a nice lengthy list. You got a few good exclusive RPGs too, like Magna Carta too. So there's a lot to love about both consoles. Very similar to Xbox versus OG Xbox versus PS2. Very similar, very dynamic differences between those consoles, and of course GameCube. God, I need a fucking list. I need to get myself a good resurfacer. Just get this shit moving. It's about time. It's about time I started moving a lot of this stuff. Had it long enough. Still want to be smart about it. Still want to time things out. Still want to sit on titles like Under the Skin. Just wait. Just wait for the right moment. Titles that are that rare. That loaded with Resident Evil cameo. Resident Evil. People just don't know about that title. So, you sit and wait. Wait for Metal Jesus to do his job. He's done his work on this title. He did good. Throw that man a bone. He earned it. He did good with Red Star. I appreciate that. Good job, Jason. I have more work for you, Jason. You don't respond to my messages. You blow me off, Jason. It's disrespectful. Makes me mad. Makes me want to go to PRGE 2020. Stir shit up, Jason. John Hancock. You don't listen to me. You don't do your fucking job for me. Got work for you fuckers. I'll give you games. I'll give you money. Just fucking do your job. Death Smiles. I need to buy more copies, and then you guys need to do your fucking job. Death Smiles. Crank that fucker up for me. Fucking Horned Owl. Jason. Do your fucking job, Jason, or I'm coming to PRGE and I'm gonna fucking sit down and have a conversation with you. And on that, menacing as fuck.